Hey guys, and welcome to Talking About Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerous, and as it's Gamescom week, we've had a lot of kind of new news been coming out every day about changes that are coming to Gwent, new features that are coming to Gwent, that I kind of want to discuss with you guys and kind of get a bit of your feedback from, and also give my opinions on. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the new Pro ladder. So I talked about this a little bit in my previous video. This is the new ladder that you qualify for by having above 4200 MMR, or being ranked 20 or above, and that qualifies you into this exclusive Pro ladder. And some people were upset about this for sure. I got told to get over myself because I didn't think it was such a big deal, but now that we know a little bit more, hopefully people will be a little bit less salty. But basically the idea behind the Pro ladder is that you qualify for the Pro ladder, and then you play on the Pro ladder, and on the Pro ladder you have to be active and you have to play different decks. Like, it's designed that you can't just play one deck and get to the top. You have to play different factions, for example. And the top 200 players each season receive these things called crown points. Now, crown points can also be gained by participating in official CD Projekt Red tournaments and also licensed tournaments, so tournaments not run by CDPR but licensed by them. So you can earn crown points in various ways, and these crown points then accumulate, and they can basically allow you to qualify for these official CD Projekt Red tournaments that they've outlined. So the first kind of tournament they have is a Gwent Open, and the Gwent Open, there are 8 of these, I believe, and they have a $25,000 prize pool, so decent amount of prizing involved already, and this is the lowest tier, bear in mind. And the way you qualify for these, I think, is just by being top 8 within maybe the season, maybe just top 8 in rank points. I'm not exactly sure what top 8 you have to be, but you gotta be top 8, you guys. So that's how you qualify into those. Then they will also have 4 Gwent Challenger tournaments. So the Gwent Challenger, I guess, feeds in from the Gwent Open, and the way you can qualify for that is by winning Gwent Open, by having a lot of crown points, by winning a previous Challenger, because obviously there's 4, so if you won the first Challenger, then they'll probably let you into the second Challenger, and so on and so forth. Alternatively, they also have 2 wildcard spots, which I guess are for inviting maybe prominent players or community members or that sort of thing. It's clearly the only way I'm ever going to get to play, but you know. That's then the option in the Challenger, and that has a $100,000 prize pool. Which I know some people might be annoyed about the invitational spots because there's a $100,000 prize pool, but I would imagine that if they're inviting people, they're still inviting people who are somewhat competitive. You know, that's kind of my thinking. And then that all feeds on into the Gwent World Masters. Woo! You know, we're gonna make it sound very exciting, which has a $250,000 prize pool. Like, this is a lot of money. You know, 400k tournaments, that's 400,000. And 8 25k tournaments, that's another 200,000. So that's 600,000 plus the 250k. That's $850,000 worth of prizing. You know, that's no money to turn your nose up at. They clearly want to finance an esports scene within Gwent, which I'm totally happy for. I think I really like watching Gwent tournaments, so I'm totally happy about this. But yeah, so we have the Gwent World Masters, which is qualified for by winning challenges or by having a lot of crown points. So, you know, playing in these licensed tournaments, playing in these unlicensed tournaments, playing in the Pro ladder, these are the kind of ways that you want to get into that. And, you know, if you're that kind of player, then this is so that you know that. And if you're that kind of competitive player, then you have a chance. But bear in mind, I think the vast majority of players are filthy casuals, you know? And so this Pro ladder maybe isn't for them. I do have access to the Pro ladder. I did hit rank 20 this season, so I might play around with it. I find myself, I'm good at Gwent, but I don't really feel like I have the competitive drive to want to try and be the best. Like, I'd rather be involved in casting or commentating or analysis and that side of things. I really like competitive Gwent, but I like it much more as a talking about it kind of thing than a maybe trying to do it kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about kind of competitive Gwent? I guess my place in competitive Gwent as well. So yeah, that's about it for the Pro ladder. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the new story mode. So they've announced that they're going to be releasing a new story mode, a single player campaign that features, I believe her name is Meve, M-E-V-E, from the Northern Realms. So she's the kind of character. There's only really been a teaser trailer, so that I don't know that much about it, other than it's about 15 hours long, and apparently it contains as much dialogue as the Heart of Stone expansion for Witcher 3, so it's going to be a very kind of story-heavy piece of content, which I really like the idea of. I know CDPR are really good at their story content, having been playing through The Witcher 3. I'm really enjoying the story in that, so I know that CDPR are very good at writing stories. I'm really interested in how they're going to implement this into a kind of Gwent setting, because obviously with Witcher 3, it's an RPG, you kill things, you go places, you talk to people. It very much fits the story kind of aesthetic, whereas with Gwent, you know, it's a card game, so how are you gonna maybe shoehorn a card game into this story setting where it makes sense? Or are you gonna be maybe a little bit more abstract with it and not have the idea that the characters are playing an actual card game, but the card game is somewhat real and simulates battles, for example? I don't really know exactly how they're gonna do that, but that's something really cool to keep an eye on. And last but not least, we have a big change that has been seen at Gamescom, and that is changes to gold cards. So CDPR have said that they were kind of unhappy with the state of gold cards because gold cards were quite uninteractable. Like, you play your gold cards, you can't really do anything about them unless they have shackles, you know, and sometimes you get a round 3 situation where it was just like, look how many gold cards I have, you can't do anything, have fun. So gold cards are now going to be targetable. And a lot of people are kind of unhappy about this change, but I do think it's something where we have to wait and see. Because if gold cards are now targetable, I think that's going to lead to a lot of changes to the cards themselves, for example. Like, a card like Yennefer, for example, Yennefer Conjurer. She, you know, zaps a unit every turn. And I feel like with her, you know, because she's very weak, she's just easily killed. So this is the kind of card where you're going to have to make changes to the effect that they have such that they're still viable to play. So I think in terms of gold cards where you play them, they have an effect, and that's good. You know, Igni is still good even if they kill your Igni, for example. You know, Coral is still good even if they kill Coral. These cards, their power is in their effects, so I don't see so much of a problem that they're targetable. But cards like, say, Villain Trettenmirth, like Camby, like Yenkon, like Trisbat, like Verbjorn, like Stennis, these cards that have kind of timed effects or ongoing effects, these are the ones that they're going to have to be really careful with how they kind of adjust them such that they actually are still worth playing and they don't just instantly get killed the second they get played. So that is something that I think CDPR needs to be a little bit careful of. The other thing I think they're probably going to do is make it so that cards like Sigurdrifa don't resurrect gold cards. So Sigurdrifa at the moment, she can resurrect a card, she can't resurrect gold cards, and I imagine that they'll keep that sort of feature in order to, you know, curtail the power curve that some gold cards might have now that they become interactable. I think they'll be interactable in a damaging sense, but and a buffing sense, in that you can probably, you know, like apply a buff to your gold card, but I don't think they'll be so interactable in a replayability sense without cards like Renew. Similarly, you know, Decoy, I imagine, will only be targetable to golds, not golds, silvers and bronzes. So this is kind of how I envision it, and I think it's a really interesting change. I think it's something that is probably kind of good for the game. I know a lot of people kind of don't like it, but I think it allows the game to be a bit more diverse, and it allows for a bit more strategy, and it allows for a bit more interactability, and it's also much clearer for new players, because, you know, a lot of new players don't even realize that golds aren't interactable for a very long time. So this is something that will clear up the game for new players, and I do think the new player experience is really important for the growth of the game. So yeah, that's everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If there's any other changes you want me to discuss, let me know. Maybe I've missed some things. Beyond that, I'll be at Insomnia 61 this weekend, so if you're there, come say hi. I'll try and record some stuff, but bear in mind I'll be like at a LAN, so there's literally going to be like people and stuff behind me, and the mic quality might not be so good because I'll have to take a headset mic. But I'll be at Insomnia. I'll try and keep up to date with all the announcements coming out of Gamescom. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I do like to read them. I do like to discuss them. Even if you tell me that you're disliking the video and that I should get over myself, you know, it's just your opinion. That's fine. I don't take it personally. I got thick skin. Look how thick the skin is. Look. Okay, I'm gonna stop being an idiot. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. You can find me on Twitter at Jaggerous, twitch.tv/Jaggerous, and you can always subscribe to the channel.